Chookman here once again. I'm going to be talking about off-lead rights. You know how you go to parks and there's big signs that say your dog is okay off-lead? Right, you're allowed to have your dog off-lead, right? But if you can't control your dog, it doesn't come back to you when you call it. It goes up to other dogs. It starts annoying other dogs. That's not on. Okay, I see it many times. Every time I go to the park, I see people letting their dogs off the lead. That's not what I'm upset about. What I'm upset about is if you cannot control your dog, it doesn't come back to you when you call it, you shouldn't let it off the lead. Because what happens is that dog comes up to your dog, they start friendly, and then they start getting into a dog fight. So to stop all that, you must teach your dog to come back on command. If it doesn't come back onto command, put it on a long rope, a long lead, and teach it that it's got to come back when it's called. You're not allowed to give your dog the leeway of going and annoying other people's dogs, especially when the other dog's off the lead. I'll tell you what happened today. I was minding my own business. I had my dog on the lead. I had a muzzle on. I had everything that you had to do, and I'm walking him because he's only a new boy. He's a rescue dog. He's only new to us. So we do all the right things. We put a muzzle on him. We keep him away from other dogs. We put him on a long lead. And then another dog, a little dog, comes up, smells him, and then starts attacking him. Now, to stop all that, if your dog doesn't come back on command, don't let it off the lead. Or put it on a rope and let it, long rope, and then when you call it back, you pull it back in towards you. You're not allowed to let your dog come up to someone else's dog and start a fight. Because then they say, oh, you started it, your dog started it, blah, 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 blah. To stop all that, make sure your dog is commanded to come back when you call it. So if it does get into a bit of a growl, you can call it back. I see it all the time. Oh, I didn't think that would happen. Well, it does happen. To stop all that, use common sense while you're in these dog parks. I see it all the time. You know, today this little fox terrier come up to my dog and starts doing the big dance, and I'm like, I've got my dog muzzled, I've got him on a short lead, and I'm walking him away from the dog. But the dog kept following him, growling, going to bite him. So we're talking about today about stopping dogs from fighting, because they're like kids, they're unpredictable. And if you think you can go to your park and let your dog off the lead and it goes up to another dog and starts a dog fight, you're out of your mind in the first place, because that shouldn't have happened. Your dog should have been commanded to come back when you call it. Too many people go to the dog park, let their dog off, and that part of it's fine. But what I find hard to believe is if your dog goes up to another dog and starts growling at it and wanting to fight the other dog, you've got to call it back. Too many dog owners out there are letting their dog roam free. There's rules and regulations about dogs. I toe the line. I'm a dog owner. I do everything right. I put a muzzle on our boy. I put him on a short lead. I keep him away from unpredictable dogs, because dogs are like little kids. They're unpredictable. You look away and before you know it, they're in a fight. So please, from the Chookman, do the right thing as dog owners. And if your dog doesn't come back when you call it, don't let it off the lead till it learns manners.